What's going on?
Hey,
How are you? Long time no
uh,
see.
I'm currently in a hotel.
In a hotel, living it
Mm,
up.
I guess.
How you been? How's life treating you?
Fucking awful.
Fucking awful. What do you mean? What's going on?
Me and my lad split.
You've never been on a date before. How did you and your lad split?
This
You've
is the
never even
thing.
kissed a
You can
boy.
you can be with people
We
and
just
never
had
be
to.
on a date.
How is that? What? You gotta catch me up with modern terms. I guess I don't understand. What is that dating? Is that what is that? You guys going steady?
Fuck knows what it is anymore, lad. Honestly.
Yeah, that's hard for me to follow.
Yeah.
But well, I'm sorry to hear that.
That's
Losing
alright.
your love is never a good time.
Came down south, 3 hours away
Did he
from
did
home.
he move away or did you guys split up?
We just split up. I came down south for a week for training
What kind of training?
mechanics.
Gotcha. I didn't know if you were getting some free time. Just like, fuck it, I'm going down south. I'm single now.
I don't willingly choose to go down south.
Single night in Glasgow.
I'd rather fucking go Glasgow than Sheffield. Like,
That's where you go when you're single. You want to get in trouble, go to Glasgow.
of course, lad, you know it.
Oh man.
Glasgow or Liverpool, one of the two.
I'm gonna say you're so far north, everything's south, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I guess everything is south of you.
Yeah, Monday came on here on the train because little bike long drive not a good idea.
How's uh they have a lot of trains out there. How is the cost for like a decent train ride? Because they have some that are out there for like 2 3 hour train rides. Like we have fast trains that get to the next town in 15 minutes, like when you're around a busy city. But we don't have like the long train rides like they do in Europe. It doesn't seem
um,
like it, like commercial ones.
for me to go to where I live, get two different trains. The first train's 2.5 hours, and the second connecting one's an hour to the place I
Okay.
am at the moment. And
And
then
how
I pick
far and how far does that take you?
Sheffield to Carlisle. Oh Jesus. Uh, Fuck no, I don't know how far I am to be honest.
Damn. I
I'm
was
below
trying to figure out
Manchester,
how
like
much distance they get you for how much money.
all I know is this, it's
How many
just
people are on
different
the
different
train? Are they
things.
pretty big? Are they pretty big trains?
It depends where you're gone.
Okay. I
I
didn't know if they
mean,
were always kind of booked up or what.
from where I get the trains at the start, there's about 5 coaches ish to the main city. But say I was going to my lad's house in Wigton, that'd only be about two.
It's
And
not
then you
too
get
bad.
to
2 hours, but two
Manchester.
hours on a train, I just don't know how out of the way it is. It makes you wonder how direct it is. Because like I don't know if I was to drive to the same location, if I took the interstate rather than going like the most direct route, one would save me like 30 miles. The other one would save me like a half hour in time because you can do 90 miles an hour on the interstate and you can't do that on the back roads. You got to drive through towns and stuff. But it's usually the shortest distance. That's why I was wondering if what benefit the trains had.
Just couldn't be asked driving.
Yeah, like around here, you'll see people just get in like plastered on the train. They just bring booze and shit on the train. I when I was going on a cross country bus trip, this guy he had a briefcase with him, and the only thing in his briefcase were two glasses and a bottle of vodka. And he just like went in, sat down in a seat, poured himself a big ass glass of vodka, no chasers, just sitting there drinking vodka on the bus the whole way. I went from Illinois to Virginia, and it was wild. I met a lot of people. I met some what's it called? Mennonites? Do they have those out there? They have
Oh, what?
Mennonites and Amish.
Um, we've got gypsies.
Well, I guess you guys just call them the Dutch. Well, 'cause that's what because what do they say? They call Americans the English out here. That's
Nah,
what that's what the Amish call regular Americans. What up,
that's
Tiffany? Good to see you.
offensive.
But yeah, that's why I thought they were Dutch. I thought they were like, I don't know, Quakers or something.
No, it's weird. Like you're saying, you talk to lots of people on the train. I was on the train for 3 hours, 3.5 hours actually, and I talked to no one.
No, I can't do that. I'm too gabby. I'm always people watching. That's my favorite thing. Like maybe I won't talk to them, but I'm definitely staring at them.
Oh yeah, everyone people watches, like everyone will look up at you and stuff. It's just not a word spoken.
Every once in a while, you'll look over and fucking see me trying to catch flies in my mouth. Just fucking, just staring at people.
Yeah, that was me on the fucking train. Like I had no sleep that night. Got the train at 7:30 in the morning. Within an hour I was falling asleep, and his fucking lass sat next to us in one of the stops. Moved my bag next to us. I was a bit offended
I
by
thought a
that, to be
lass
honest.
was a, I thought a lass was a girl.
I don't want to
You
say this because I don't know if it's like wrong, but she was an Indian cultural lass.
Okay.
I don't know if that's right to say or not anymore.
I don't know what the I don't know political correct term to say is, but what kind of Indian? Be more specific.
I'm Muslim,
Oh, okay.
and she moved my bag without even asking us. I was just sat there staring. I was like, okay, bit rude, innit? But okay. Sat next to us on a fucking phone, loud as possible, possibly she can speak.
Was she speaking? What language was she speaking? Did you understand what she was saying?
No, because she was actually speaking Hebrew, whereas
It's like she was actually speaking Hebrew.
yeah, she was. I understand some of the verses of like the is it Quran? Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah, she was talking. There's a few verses that she said about them. So okay.
interesting.
So I worked with a lot of Bangladeshis for quite a long time, so I understand some of the Quran and stuff.
I mean, I've heard stuff about the Quran, but I've never actually. I don't think I've ever actually known if somebody was speaking Hebrew around me. But there's certain languages, like when I hear somebody speaking them, they just kind of sound angry. Like German just sounds angry.
I
Like there's
speak
certain.
fluent German, like
What's that?
I can speak like read German. Listen, most of my songs are German.
Yeah, well, and that's how I learned German was just through music. The same way I learned Finnish. Like I can sing lullabies in Finnish, but I don't. I kind of know what I'm saying because I looked up the lyrics. But I had a Finnish girl come in to my chat one time, and I sang that song, and it's a lullaby. And I asked her if I sang it right. And she said, "Yeah, it's like a popular lullaby out there." Because I like to do impressions, and so like singing to me is kind of like doing impressions if you're trying to sound like an artist. And it doesn't really
Mm,
matter what lyrics I'm saying, but it could catch you saying some really wild shit, especially if you listen to a lot of Rammstein. You can you can say some wild things.
definitely.
That's how I learned my German is through Rammstein.
The one thing I remember is the Techno Viking. I remember him.
Oh yeah, he didn't have anything to do with Rammstein, or I don't even think he was had anything to do with techno. He I just remember he was in that some kind of parade or whatever when he was walking down the street, and everybody just puts different music to the background. So I
Yeah,
never know what the original song was or what he heard.
he actually sued a lot of people because he didn't actually want his face on the internet.
Dude, the crazy thing, Gonzo, is it's not moving for me. It's only moving for you guys. It's
Yeah,
actually is it
I
moving
feel
for
like I'm
you on
taking
here?
shrooms.
You feel like you are? Yeah,
Watch
no,
out.
if I look over at my phone, I have my phone monitoring the chat in case I need to do something. But yeah, I can see it moving over there, but on my actual computer, it's not moving. But yeah, it's possible. Who knows? You never know what somebody puts in your drink nowadays. I don't know, Gonzo. Be careful out there on the streets.
I'm drinking Monster at the moment, so I can't be anything good.
God, what is it, like 7 in the morning or 4 in the morning? You guys are 7 hours
2:15.
ahead.
2:15.
2, and you're drinking Monster? Why?
Yeah.
So you're out here for training. Like, what time do your classes start?
7.
And do they put you up and everything for free, or do you have to pay for this, or does your company pay for it, or how does it work?
Oh, my company pays for it. I'm not paying for this, lad. If I was paying for it, I just wouldn't go.
No, I know. I figured. Well, I just make sure that because that's usually how companies do it. But every once in a while, you'll come across somebody that's working for a shitty company and they have to pay out of pocket. Like that's how it is for like if you're gonna take like a CDL test or something out here. Like if you want to drive bigger trucks, that's what a CDL test is. I don't know if they have the same thing in Europe or what they're called, but like there's different size trucks from like air brakes all the way up to like I don't know multi trailer length semis, and you have to get different licenses for carrying different things, and same with like hazardous material and stuff like that. But usually you're with a company and they want you to become a driver, so they will send you somewhere to take the test, and they'll give you one of their trucks to use. Like you're never really buying it out of pocket, and sometimes those tests take like I think the test that I took is like a $2,000 test, but my boss wanted me to take it, so he was like, "Here, go get your certification. That way, I have a driver."
I think we call them HGVs over here, like.
HGVs.
Mm,
What does that stand for?
no, it is high something voltage. So I think.
Yeah, we are kind of moving through the eye. It's like a cloudy eye. Do we need a bit different background? Is it tripping everybody up? So I bought these gifts. Well, I didn't buy them. I got these gifts and just been messing with different ones. Haven't figured out which one I like the most yet. I kind of like the Mario Brothers one or the Donkey Kong one. It's not too shabby. But then I found myself actually watching the screen to see if there's any glitches in it. He throws 2.5 barrels before it resets. And it resets on the 2.5 barrel right about when it gets to the third ladder. Yeah. I stare at these things too much. That's why I can't watch one. Now it's moving for me because it wasn't moving for me before. Yeah, I like that one. That one gets me. Is that better? What about the clouds? Just simple smoky clouds. Come on, you guys gotta give me a vote in the chat. What are we supposed to be doing right now? You guys tell me it was hurting your eyes. It's not Thursday. We can't do Throwback Thursday. Oh yeah, we're doing the eyeball. Eyeball it is. But yeah, I haven't been up too much lately. Just been I vote the eye. Nice. Just working a lot. I was in a really good mood. The last couple of days, I worked my ass off and worked like, I don't know, probably about, 8 solid hours of just straight working, like with no breaks for the last 2 days. And it really paid off. I've been doing really well, catching up with some of my work now that the season just started. And I don't know, it makes me breathe better. knowing that like I'm not worried about money every once in a while.
Yeah.
Like to know that I'm able to cover all my bills in the first 7 days of the month, and all my bills are due at the end of the month. But knowing that I'm able to cover all my bills in the first 7 days of the month is very exciting. And then knowing that I have like a laundry list of other jobs to get to, but I'm trying to take breaks in between doing it because otherwise I'm going to burn myself out. And I don't know, I get in weird moods where sometimes I work too much, make a lot of money, and then I chill for too long, and I like wait. But yeah, I'm horrible about scheduling. Scheduling's bad for me.
Oh, so you're an ADHD child.
Yeah, highly ADHD.
Yep.
Um, yeah, ADD, ADHD. Yeah,
I think you're more ADD than ADHD, to be fair.
a little both. I get distracted easily too. So
You're not exactly hyper, are you?
no, but I think that has to do with. So I used to be on Ritalin when I was younger. They used to give me prescribed Ritalin, and it kind of turned me into a zombie. But now I don't know. I'm like every other kid from the 90s that was given a drug by the government. Now I self medicate in different ways, and that's kind of what makes me mellow. I like to partake in some smokables, some legal smokables in my state, and that's actually the balance that I actually need to be able to. It helps me talk to people and stuff like that. Otherwise, I'm all over the place, and I'm like jumping around, and yeah, I'm really hyper. My mom used to say I could stay up for like 7 days straight without sleep. She'd just wake up in the middle of the night, and I would just be doing something around the house. That and I sleepwalk and shit too, so you can never tell if I'm awake or not. Used to. I was sleepwalking. I just talk in my sleep now.
I hate the UK. Have the shit banned here.
What's banned there?
No, like fucking guns or anything like that.
Guns?
It's illegal.
You want guns?
Ganj.
Oh, ganj.
Weed.
Ganja, she says. Smoke the ganja. Smoke the pancake. Yeah, I mean, I get it. Europe's gonna be slow to catch up with any of that stuff. Depends on where you're at, though. I don't know. If anything, I think they should all like decriminalize it. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be up there with like in the United States. It was up there with heroin, and I mean, still federally, I think it is. I think they just declassified it from a Schedule One narcotic to something else on a federal level. But yeah, it was weird for the longest time. People were comparing weed to heroin on the legal system. And it's just like weird. Like heroin and weed are not the same thing. They shouldn't be judged next to each other the same way. Especially when they started coming out with oil for kids with different issues. Whether I think it was seizures it was helping with, and something else. I don't remember if it was mushrooms that were helping with seizures, because psilocybin mushrooms have been helping a lot of kids with stuff too. But oil was helping people with something. And once they started giving it to kids, and they can give it to you without it being psychoactive, like I don't know, they were helping little kids that had no solution to their problem. And I was just like, yeah, this can't be the same as heroin. No one has ever gotten heroin and been like, yeah, it saved my child.
You mean CBD oil?
Right. Because I think there's probably some cannabinoid that's actually doing it, but I don't know, because you have cannabinoid receptors inside of your body, which is strange because why does your body actually naturally have them? You don't have a lot of different receptors, but I was having this discussion with somebody when we were talking about mood stabilizers recently, and I was wondering because there's not a receptor for the drugs that are in mood stabilizers. What they do is they trick your body in some way to try to regulate it to do something different. whether it's stimulate serotonin or block other things. And I don't know. I feel like when drugs are confusing your body, that's when you get bad outcomes rather than taking things that there's actually receptors for in your body.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's alcohol receptors, because I don't think people should actually have alcohol. I think alcohol is pretty close to a drug. Are there?
There's the full-time mechanics that I'm doing, the group I'm with, but there's also the apprentices, and the apprentices are down the hall from all of us. We're in sections of the hotel. All the apprentices have decided to go drinking tonight. I'm the only lass here, by the way. So they all thought it was fun because they're pissed out drunk to come to my door, knock on my door,
Well, yeah, it's the
try
best. It's the best. Wake up the person with the hangover.
try and run away, and then trip over their own feet because they're that drunk.
Is it a big class?
Nah, there's only 8 of us.
Oh, that's not bad.
They keep everything small so it can be like more of a one-to-one thing than a massive group. So they can keep everyone sorted if they've got a problem.
Okay, so there's not alcohol receptors inside of the brain. Alcohol is primarily interacts with the brain by enhancing GABA activity at GABA receptors, inhibitory, and inhibiting glutamate activity, particularly at NMDA receptors, leading to a range of effects from sedation to impaired coordination. So there's not actually, yeah, so it's another one of those drugs that technically it does different things to your body because it's not, it doesn't have a receptor where it's actually doing things right. This is just a theory of mine. I'm not a scientist or anything, but I've started to realize this because I started to put this together with mood stabilizers and this drug that this guy was taking that I worked with. He was taking something to get him to quit smoking, and he kept having like crazy thoughts about like hurting his family and like crazy dreams at night. And I only hear about that with like mood stabilizers and things to get you to quit smoking. And I don't know, just things that shouldn't, they don't sound like this should be in your body.
Weird,
But
though. I've never seen that happen. Like,
what's that? Say that
I've
again.
never seen anyone go mad at Nikki fixes.
You've never seen anybody go mad?
Yeah, I've like got off the trolley from like nicotine fixes.
I mean, no. Have you? Okay, so what's the lowest you see? Have you ever seen somebody picking up cigarette butts on the ground and lighting them on fire?
Huh?
Have you ever seen like homeless people picking up cigarettes off the ground and sucking on them?
All the time.
I'm saying that's like, I mean, because you have something like that, people always seem to find their fix. Otherwise, they just stop smoking. It's gross, but people still do it. Like, I don't know. I don't ever see people feeding for tobacco. I think the one time I quit smoking tobacco, I bet you do have nicotine receptors in your brain. That's a good question. Because I heard nicotine actually helps with Alzheimer's.
I mean, I'm saying that, but I've got that right next to me.
Nicotine receptors in the brain. Yeah. Yes, the brain contains nicotine receptors, also known as nicotinic acetylcholine receptors. These receptors are found throughout the brain and are involved in many functions, including memory, attention, movement. Nicotine is the main active ingredient in tobacco and acts on these receptors to cause addiction. But yeah, Yeah, I think because there's so many actual benefits to nicotine. The hardest part about nicotine is usually the delivery system. That's why people are like, "Oh, don't smoke cigarettes," because anything you're like smoking, like like uh, combustion going into your lungs, is probably not good.
Mm.
But I don't know. I don't know the difference between vapes and all the chemicals that they have and all that crap. But people have been talking about like Zins and stuff. They're pretty popular now. The patches and I'm not the patches, the pouches. What up, Mud
Oh, I
Rabbit?
love them. I love chewing them.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to like those, and nicotine's not actually bad for you. I can
You
see how you
just
get addicted to it, but you can
you
get
just
high
stick
off
the
of.
patches on your gums like, and it's just bliss.
Yeah. Do they fuck up your gums?
Huh?
Do they fuck up your gums?
They can do, but not really. Very rarely.
It's like I do chewing tobacco, and if you do it too long, it'll fuck up your gums. Like your gum line will start to recede, and you have to like stop doing it for a little while, and then do it again whenever you want to. But yeah, no, I chew tobacco because I don't want to smoke cigarettes in my truck because I don't want to smoke tobacco in my truck.
Fair enough.
My mom smoked a cigarette in my truck today. I was kind of pissed. I don't think anybody smoked a cigarette in my truck yet. That's probably the first one.
Hi, Mud Rabbit.
What's that?
I said hi to Mud Rabbit.
Oh, you could do a vape. Yeah, I don't know. I used to have a vape when they first came out. I had it was like an 8 pound like metal long vape. Kind of looked like that, except really thin and metallic. It looked like a sonic screwdriver from Doctor Who.
Don't
And
tell me it was a 600. Just don't tell me it was a 600, man.
oh, it's huge. And then it like screwed together and it was this big ass monster. But
What the fuck did you have?
I don't know. Like it was in 2010. Like it was a long time ago when I was vaping. Like I haven't vaped in forever. And I don't know. I've always heard that vaping, like everybody's talking about like antifreeze and that shit. And we've always heard like crazy stuff. In America, they don't have as many regulations as they have out in Europe. So they'll try to give you some wild shit. Um, they were selling vape cartridges for THC just recently, and they were putting either vitamin C or vitamin D into the mixture, and you're not supposed to actually inhale it. And they're killing people because you need something to mix with concentrate in order to get it to be runny enough to draw through a machine, like so that it has to have like terpenes in it in order to break it down, and otherwise it won't. Like if you've ever had a vape and you turn it upside down and there's a bubble in it, like how long it takes the bubble to go to the top is how thick the actual mixture is that's inside of it. So you can usually tell. They were using vitamin Z. Oh, vitamin A. Yeah, I don't remember what it was, but I just heard, yeah, bad shit. I've heard bad shit from a lot of things, and I know they have reputable dealers. I could go buy a name brand like cart or something and have that, but I don't know. It's always sketched me out, and I don't like switching. It's just like switching tobacco brands. Like it takes a little while to adjust, and your throat doesn't like it for a little bit. The only vape I seemed to like was a hookah one that I
Hmm?
got one time. I had a hookah one that tasted pretty good. You don't like hookah?
I've never heard of it.
Hookah, it's hashish, and it's what you've heard of Indian people. Indian people basically invented uh, hashish. You put it in a here. I'll show you the you smoke it out of. This is the hookah pipe, and you put the hookah inside of this, and then it's got a little bubbler on it, and it's got a hose on it, and it's tobacco mixed with molasses, and then some kind of flavoring, some kind of natural flavoring, and they soak it all together. And then you slow cook it with a coal, and you can sit here and smoke out of this tube for probably about a half hour to an hour, and it's like low nicotine, but way higher tar content than like a regular cigarette. But yeah, it's delicious and it's been around for I don't know forever. Like one of the oldest smoking methods.
Sublingually, I don't know what the fuck that word means.
You're supposed to get ones with glycerin. I get different ones with different stuff. But I don't know. I'm picky about my terpenes that are inside of my stuff because sometimes I feel like they taste too much like chemicals, and that kind of throws me off. Yeah, I don't like any vape that tastes like a flavor. Like if it's a weed vape, I want it to taste like weed. I don't want it to taste like strawberry shortcake. Like that shit fucking is gross to me. Like I don't know what they put in it to make it taste like strawberry shortcake, but it grosses me out.
I'm pretty sure mine's purple soda.
Purple soda. Yeah, I don't know what kind of chemicals it takes to get purple soda. Butterscotch.
I don't know
What?
if I can get my torch up because I cannot see that.
Butterscotch
Jesus.
candies.
Lord of Christ. Blueberry, raspberry ice, blueberry fusion, ice blue, and pro blue. I'm turning
Jeez.
that off before I go blind.
Acid flashbacks. Hello, Mud Rabbit.
What?
Well, same with like root beer flavor. Isn't that just it's an actual root? It's something in I don't remember what it was, molasses and something else. But I don't mind natural flavored things. Like vanilla is not a hard flavor to nail. Like lemon's not a hard flavor to nail. I don't like when they get weird flavors.
I like sweet peach or something to do with peach because it normally tastes like apricot yogurt.
There you go. Sounds tasty.
Why do I look so stoned?
Because it's 2 a.m. and you're drinking Monster Energy drink. Could be why. Just a guess. Could be wrong.
I haven't done weed in about a few days now, like.
What'd you say?
I haven't done weed since Saturday.
Don't admit to any crimes on here.
I haven't done it. I never said I did it on Saturday. I just haven't done it since Saturday. Never said I had to do it.
I never said which Saturday it was.
Yeah. Because on my course, if you get caught with anything like that, you are fired straight away. There's
They
no
chop off your
control.
hands. What's the penalty for getting caught with marijuana by like a Johnny Law?
I think if you've got, say it's just a spliff, barely anything on you, and it's in your system, I think you get a warning. You can get
Do they let you keep it or do they confiscate it?
6 months maybe for like personal use.